So, good morning, everyone. So, today I thought we will try to understand what a religion is. My approach is to discuss Semitic religions because Hinduism is the only religion which is not a Semitic religion. Semitic religion normally has one teacher, and his teachings are what is followed, and whatever he says is supposed to be sacrosanct. I also agree that what he said is sacrosanct, but I do not agree that how people have understood also is so. Because most people have only misunderstanding about what the teachers spoke. It is aptly said, it has been a great misfortune for all these great teachers that when they spoke from their level of consciousness, it was received by his followers only at their level of consciousness. The master who has attained high levels of spiritual awareness spoke to people who have physical awareness, and what he said definitely was not understood in the right perspective. Of course, in both Bible and Quran also, I think there is a statement which says, cut off the hands if they offend thee. I mean, there's a Bible statement. And cut off the hand that steals is the Quran statement. If I'm wrong, please bear with me. This statement normally is taken to physically cut off the hand of the offender. But if you look at spiritual masters, they don't speak at the physical level. And even if you want to follow, for instance, the hand that offends, the same hand will be the hand which loves. So obviously the physical hand you cannot cut off. You have to remove from your own mind the thought of cutting off, or troubling somebody else. Offending somebody else, that thought is what has to be removed. So not the physical hand. So this is what religion is. Religion is physical level understanding of spiritual level teachings. So all religions are like that, wherever it is so. I always say the typical example, recent thing is our Sri Narayana Guruji and his own followers. Sri Narayana Guru's teachings was of course very profound, and one of his major teaching is that you should not, the one who makes liquor, gives liquor, all will stink. So don't go anywhere near liquor. This is a major teaching of Sri Narayana Guru. But today it is headed by people who are liquor traders. And what these leaders know about Narayana Guru, I have no idea. I don't think they would ever be able to read and understand even a single book written by or single poem written by Sri Narayana Guru. So this is what in front of you you can see how a religion is formed. They call themselves Sri Narayaniya and all that, but they have no idea, absolutely no idea what Narayana Guru has really preached. There are very few who understand, but they are all not. See, if you don't elevate yourself from the physical level, at least to mental level and spiritual level, how do you understand what these masters have said? And then you should also understand, when you study religion, you should not use the methods of science. What do we do in science? We always say distinguish between that, this, and so on. So if you want to distinguish between two religions, you will definitely arrive at wrong conclusions. Why do I say that? Because all masters are people who have known God personally. And there is only one God. So whatever they say has to mean the same thing. If you understand two teachings as different, then they are not speaking about God. They should be speaking about something else. Or people have not understood properly. If the understanding has to be correct, explanation of God given by two different masters will have to be interpreted with the same meaning. It cannot be otherwise. And for instance, if you look at all religions, three common principles I always say. Number one is, everyone says there is only one God. Number two, the purpose of your life is to know that God. So that they are the two things which should be the backbone of any religion. When it deviates from this, then religion, of course, becomes a field by which somebody can become a leader and keep people under their sway. It cannot then be a path to know God or be with God or even any spiritual level. So I hope you would appreciate this, that religion is meaningful only when it takes you to God, or when your relationship with God and you is properly established. Thank you.